EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the New Orleans Saints and the Green Bay Packers. Here's Will Lutz ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lambeau. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. It finds Randall Cobb with a completion. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And he'll let this go deep for Lazard. And he's got it inside the 10. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 44 yards. Now Jones. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. A line of scrimmage once again, the 5, as they get ready for 2nd and goal. And he's got it. And it's a Packers touchdown. Aaron Rodgers fighting Christian Watson. And the Packers get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. On is Mason Crosby for the point after. And it's good to make it 7-0 Packers. After the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Fields it right around the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. They go with Washington to begin the drive. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Right back to Washington. And this Green Bay defense making that play look a lot like the previous one. Both tackles behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3. Now it's 3rd down. We need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. 3rd and long for Winston. To the right side and complete to Washington. Finding space at the 40. And he will step out of bounds all the way down at the 40-yard line. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 41 yards.
He was not the primary target. They expected to get the ball downfield. Instead, checked it down. An old coach of mine used to say to us all the time, when they check it down, that should end the down. In this case, though, he foiled that in a big way and turned it into a big play.
Room here to run. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set, 5th defensive back on the field. And they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. And I still remember being in school.
Touchdown! Alvin Kamara, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Saints are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Well, CD, you know he's got great options at wide receiver, tight end, but there he looks to the backfield, and it results in a touchdown.
I love how you laid that out. So many options. You maybe forget about some of the ones that you should be covering. And they made them pay with that one, didn't they? You forget about the guys in the backfield, they're eligible too.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. Being chased out left. He's got him in. Complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. On first down, Rodgers. Flushed out right. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. These two teams all tied after one. After the sack here, 2nd and 11. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. Backed up here. Tough spot. Needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Paulson to Debo. And the Saints will take over here just shy of the 30. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. Charles, he was looking for just a short throw, kept it in range for the rare linebacker pick 6.
And give him full credit for his focus. He just kept the quarterback in his sights, and when he was looking to throw, he positioned himself probably to be there for the interception. He made the play of the game for his defense right there.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. He will return this from deep in the end zone. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. He's at the 40. The 20. He will take this all the way. Touchdown, Saints.
And as we've talked to special teams coaches, that theme of being aggressive continues to come through, doesn't it? When they moved the kickoff back to the 35, it was going to cut down on the number of opportunities. But if you've got a special guy, you give him the green light no matter where he fields in the end zone. And in this case, it paid off handsomely.
He fielded it deep in the range of emotions. Maybe like, oh, no, don't. And then all of a sudden you see him break it. And you're like, yeah, way to go.
Yeah, sometimes you have to remind your head coach that he approved the green light for bringing it out from deep in the end zone. And that's exactly why he did.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Taking it about the 1. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the play did on the last one.
Rodgers now on first down. That one caught downfield by Watson. And some room to work. He'll get it inside the 20. Touchdown, Packers. What a first half he is compiling here. He's already over 100 yards receiving and now 2 touchdowns, CD.
Brandon, you know I don't like to play the game where you start projecting when you're at a certain point. But let's face it, he's off to a tremendous start. So 200 yards, 4 touchdowns. I think anything's out of the question right now. He's blowing up coverages. You got to double him every snap. Otherwise, he's going to defeat you on almost every play.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. From the 27, Winston. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little. I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away, not intercepted.
On 3rd down, here's Washington. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. They're indeed going. It's Winston. There's Chris Olave. And he is going to have the Saints 1st down on a well-designed play there. That gets them 16 to move the chains. Up the middle they go. Washington. And he stopped immediately there. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Winston finding Taysom Hill complete. He's got room at the 30. And he'll be forced out of bounds all the way down inside the 20. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Winston now. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. To throw again on 2nd down. Winston. And he'll get it right back to Washington. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. On 1st and goal, Washington. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Winston. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. A touchdown-saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. They were stopped last time from the 1. Now here's another try on 3rd and goal. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the Packers are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. And the defense, Charles, they bent a little bit, but they did not break. And then on 3rd and goal there, the huge interception.
Think of the momentum they're carrying with them right now, Brandon, because in their mind, whether they want to admit it or not, they were conceding 3 points. Their goal was to keep them at the end zone, not give up a touchdown. Instead, they give up nothing. What a big-time play and a big-time stop by them.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. In his own end zone, it's Rodgers. And Rodgers is going to go down. In the end zone, it's a safety.
The goal here is about getting any kind of positive yardage in this spot because you don't care who, you don't care how. You just want to try and buy a little space and get away from your own end zone. But in this spot, the defense was all over that play and equally motivated to stick them with a safety.
So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Now a run up the middle with Washington. Taken down at the 47-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
On 2nd and 7, Winston. And the catch made by Johnson. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the 3rd quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try to cover the passing lanes and get the running game going. And there should be some gaps to run through now.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9. A handoff for Washington. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Jameis to throw it. By Buying time to his left. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play. And he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Winston. And this all incomplete. He tried to check it down to his running back and nearly had the ball picked.
His back has been a dependable safety valve. Games he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
On the give, this is Washington. And he is stopped just short on 3rd down. Got 9 yards, but needed 10. They'll run. It's Washington. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. Now Winston. He gets this one to Johnson. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
That one definitely helps as they try to push the ball down the field here, trailing early in the 3rd quarter.
And even though they're trailing, not abandoning the running game. People may call it an adjustment. I think it's just much more sticking to what works for you and continuing to have faith in it. And the running game is starting to pay off.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 13-yard gain yet again, just like last play. On 1st, here's Washington. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. On 2nd and 7, Winston. And Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the Packers are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. An inside give to Jones. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Sometimes with the running game, you just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Dancing to his left. He's got the hook up to Lazard. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play.
Keep pushing the ball down.
Rodgers now on 1st down. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. Forced out to his left. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's not locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Now Rodgers. Flush to his right. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Alontae Taylor. And the Saints are right back in this football game. Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner. And with good reason, as you saw there.
He only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need the full time to make the selection. You call that pick in early, and he shows why he was so coveted with that interception there.
The good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Staying on the ground with Washington. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
To throw, Winston. He completes it to Olave. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. Winston now to throw on first down. And get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Working out of the gun, Winston. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
With a dime look on defense, 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
On 2nd down, Washington. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature in the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. Now Washington. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Winston. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Taysom Hill, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Saints put together a 4th-quarter drive to take the lead.
Well, partner, this hasn't been the smoothest day for him. but he certainly picked the right time to get right, as they like to say. How about that for a touchdown?
Boy, he did. I guess they say all's well that ends well. It's not over yet, but you're right. He picked a good time for that first touchdown pass.
Exactly right. Not over yet. The defense is going to have to make it hold up.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Keyshawn Nixon now from his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And a close game like this, Charles, those interceptions like they had on the last drive could be costly, but here they've got another opportunity to seize control of this game.
And they better take advantage of it, because otherwise, if they end up losing by one score, they'll relive this over and over and over until they have another opportunity to wipe it away.
Now Rodgers. Oh, that's going to be a costly one. It's intercepted. And the Saints have just about sewn up this football game. When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that, because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you watch high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking at a 4-9 situation. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time, ball caught free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down.